Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts, and guys, it's time for me to finally answer your questions. Over a week ago, I posted a video entitled 5,000 subs Q&A announcement. I decided I was going to do a Q&A since I hit 5,000 subs, a huge milestone in my personal opinion. So here I am finally answering some of your questions. I picked out some of my favorites, and I have them in order from A all the way down to Z, if there is a Z. I don't think there's a Z. But I want to go out of order just a little bit, because the first question that was posted by one of my personal favorite reactors on YouTube, one of my best friends on YouTube as a reactor, and I wanted to answer his question first because it's freaking hilarious. So let's get to his first, and we'll continue on and answer the rest of the questions on this Q&A answering your questions. Okay, rambling, let's go. Vinny Vegas. How much do you hate Vinny Vegas? A lot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate him. I do. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate Vinny Vegas. I hate him. No, I love him. I love the fact that he posted this. It just made my day. It made me laugh so hard seeing this question being posted by the Vinny Vegas. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's actually go in order now. So from Anthony Knight, one of my personal favorite reactors as well, one of the best I personally think out there. Anyways, let's continue with this question. Congrats again, bro. I'm coming for you in subs. I bet you're going to pass me up in about a day. My question, if any, what new content do you want to bring to your channel besides reactions? This is a very interesting question. I've brought the podcast, which I really do enjoy doing. I'm not doing it every weekend that I usually do, but I am enjoying the podcast. I'm doing some reviews. I've been doing more reviews. I've stopped doing TV reactions. I've been just, reviewing the episodes and all that kind of stuff. Besides that, I'm not really sure. I mean, I would really have to think about it because I don't want to do something completely out of the norm that would completely make this channel change in a way to where it's not the same. I like being consistent in a sense, and I like to add a few new things here or there, but if I go too much, then this channel is not going to be what it actually is, like what it is now. I kind of like keeping it in this formula, so I'd have to think about it. But for right now, the podcast and reviewing TV shows and reviewing some movies here or there kind of makes it feel a little bit new, so there is that. Thanks for the question, man. Anything epic? Would you rather eat Jar Jar Binks for dinner or lunch? I would say lunch so I can get it over quicker. Good question. Billy Lawrence, what's up, man? What experience growing up has had the most impact on your life? My relationships in high school. I would say high school, but that's kind of an easy thing. My relationships with my girly friends in high school. It was some of them were good, some of them were not, but that's okay because we go through that type of situations. I knew that I was in the wrong in some occasions and stuff like that. I'm still learning from those experiences, so that's a pretty interesting question, but that's definitely helped me grow up in a sense. At least I think so. Your next question, if you were to be in a relationship with any of the characters from the Flareoverse, which one would it be? I would personally pick Patty Spivot. Character relationship. Sarah Lance. I gotta go with Sarah. I want to date the Black Canary. Not Laurel. Laurel's not the real Black Canary. Sarah is. Even though she's the White Canary in Legends, she's the real Black Canary. Good questions. Thanks, man. Esteban Cortez. What if Superman actually dies in Dawn of Justice by Doomsday, and they do a Superman Returns in Part 1 or 2 of Justice League? Ooh. I like this question because there's been a couple theories going around that they'll kill off Superman in Dawn of Justice and he'll come back in Part 1 of Justice League. I personally don't think that would happen, but in the case of your question, what if he actually does die? Very risky. I think it would be very risky if they pull this because they're trying to set up the universe. They're trying to build it to what it is. And I think that killing off Superman after he's only been in, technically before Dawn of Justice, one movie, and then Dawn of Justice, the movie you kill him off, is the second movie he's appearing in the DC Cinematic Universe. Very risky in my personal opinion. If you're going to do a Superman dies situation, I would say Justice League Part 1, which comes out in 2017, you kill him off then he comes back in Part 2, which comes out in 2019. But I'm not sure because it's not been confirmed as dates, but they've said there's a Superman sequel, Man of Steel sequel, and a Batman solo film coming that hasn't been announced for dates. So they could say Superman sequel is going to come, the Man of Steel sequel is going to come after Part 2 of Justice League if he dies in Justice League Part 1. And then you could do that. But interesting, I just don't see them doing that. But if they actually do, it's very risky, and I think it'd be a big plot point, and there'd be a lot of fans would be divided if they pull this move. So definitely interesting question, man. Thanks for asking. General reactions. Question 1: what movies are you looking forward to in the upcoming years? I'm assuming you mean what am I looking forward to in the upcoming years? Obviously, Civil War, Batman v Superman, the new freaking Independence Day Resurgence. That freaking trailer was amazing. Deadpool, Star Wars Rogue One, Star Wars Episode 8, Episode 9, the anthology films with Han Solo and all that kind of stuff. All the Marvel films, all the DC films, dude, you name it, I'm probably excited for it. Number 2, do you see yourself doing this as a full-time job later on? I do not. Right now, I mean, as of right now, there's a lot of controversy going on with the reactor community and reacting community and all that nonsense. But even before that and even after that, I mean, I work full-time. I just don't see myself doing this full-time. It's fun. I enjoy doing it, but I see it as a hobby, not a job, you know, because if it got to the point where I was not going to work because I wanted to focus on doing this and taking days off to focus on reacting and all that kind of stuff, then I would kind of see it turning into a job and not a hobby. You know, when I get home after work, I'm able to do the videos that came out that day or whatever. It's frustrating at the same time because I'm missing out on getting these videos up faster, my reactions up faster. But no, I don't see myself doing this full time. I just can't because there's too much issues with it, with third party copyright claims and all that kind of stuff, and then actual copyright claims and the possibility of strikes, you know, knock on wood. It's a pretty big deal. So no, I don't see it, but I enjoy doing it. But I just don't see it as a full-time job. I don't want to see this as a job ever. Thanks for the questions, man. Incredible Greek Media, what is up, man? What kind of future do you think reaction videos will have? What do you think will happen or could happen? Well, as you can see with the recent controversy, I would say that a lot of reactors are going to be changing how they react on YouTube. Some will not change, and they will continue to do what they do, and they'll get in some trouble with content creators and all that kind of stuff. What is the future, dude? It is so uncertain at this point. There's so many reactors. There's so many people doing this now. As I've said before, and I'll repeat it once more, I think that the reacting community bubble will burst. The train will hit the wall. The reacting train that is going along on the tracks is going to slam into that brick wall at the very end of the tracks. It's going to slam hard. And when it does, a lot of reactors are going to just stop making videos because the viewership has just dropped drastically because there's too many people doing it. There's too many people reacting. I'm not saying that reactors need to quit so the rest of us can continue to do it. I'm saying is eventually it will happen. It's the ones that continue to make good content, continue to, you know, make their reactions interesting and all that kind of stuff will stick around. It's all these other ones that don't talk at the end of the videos, that don't do anything but just edit the video in the corner, and that's it. They don't talk or do anything more than just react 24/7. They will go away. So for you and me and everybody else in the Reactors League and people that continues to add more than they really need to, you know, they add more content than they should, will stick around. So no worries there, man. Great question. I really do enjoy it. Jason Hatherley, what is up, man? While it's obvious the theory that Kylo Ren is Luke is incorrect, what would your opinion be if Luke were to turn to the dark side at some point during the new trilogy? During the new trilogy, so you're not saying he's not going to turn dark now, he's going to turn dark later. Oh, that's interesting, because the theory is that he's dark, he's on the dark side in 7, like he's dark when we meet him, right? But you're saying, what at some point he turns dark during the new trilogy? That's a twist, because what if in Episode 8 he meets Supreme Leader Snoke and Luke just goes to the dark side? That would be a complete loop. That means Han and Leia have to fight. Leia has to fight her own brother, and Han has to fight his, you know, really good friend. I mean, it's just going to be suckish. What do I think about it? Interesting theory. I just wouldn't personally like it. He has to be good. He was the last Jedi in the original trilogy. So I wouldn't personally like it, but if they found a really cool way to make it interesting and compelling and all this kind of stuff, I'll be on board with it, but you know, I'd be very hesitant to go, I don't know if I like that or not. So, good question, man, but I'm just not sure if that would be smart to do. But I like the fact that Kylo Ren is not Luke. I saw that freaking thing went around like, Luke is Kylo Ren. I hate those damn things. Like, it was really pissing me off at one point. There were so many posts about it. It was annoying as shit. Christina Grace, congrats. Why did you name your channel Chainsaw Reacts? Okay, so, long story short, I used to review music on YouTube on another channel, and I got it to Chainsaw. I was called Chainsaw Gears 12 for the very beginning when I created the channel, because that was my Xbox Live gamer tag at the time. It's not anymore. And then YouTube came out with a policy before I quit reviewing on YouTube where you could change your name. So I changed it to just Chainsaw. Very simple. That was just, what people called me. And when I decided to make a reacting channel, I thought, well, I could come up with another name essentially, but since I was going to be making a video promoting this new channel on my old channel and all that kind of stuff, and I was going to continue talking about, things I like, which is movies, TV, and video games, all that kind of stuff that I rarely talked about on the other channel, I decided it's just easier just to call it Reacts or Reactions, but I just stuck with Chainsaw Reacts. It clicks, it made sense. I'm like, well, it just feels right, so I stuck with that. But good question, but yeah, it's very simple. I just said, well, I'm already called Chainsaw on the reviewing side of YouTube. Might as well call myself Chainsaw Reacts for the React channel. I know it's basic, but me coming up with the name, I probably would have not liked if I came up with a new name and I said, okay, this is kind of okay, the new name, and I end up not liking it over time. So I'm glad that I stuck with the simplistic version of it. Thanks for the question. Nico Para Hugs is okay. I'm only answering your second question because your first question is Marvel or DC. I can't decide. Your second question is really interesting, and I do want to address this real fast. Are you going to review metal albums again on this channel like the other one? I'm really looking forward to see that happening. Unfortunately, man, I'm not going to be reviewing metal albums on this channel. That's what I used to do. I used to review metal albums on my old channel. I'm not going to be reviewing metal albums on this channel. I've done this channel for over a year and a couple of months, and I did do a reaction video to 2 Trivium music videos, but I'm not planning on reviewing music on this channel. I've moved on from that. I got really bored of reviewing music, so I'm not planning on going back. I know I did review one album after I quit, per se, but I'm not planning on doing that at all on the other channel, and definitely not here. This channel is not for reviewing music, especially metal music, which is, in the minority of what people actually want to see. So, no, man, I'm sorry about that, but I'm not going to be doing that. Novel Reality, what is up? What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward most to seeing in Captain America Civil War? And do you believe Bucky deserves to be forgiven for his past as Hydra's weapon? You know how I'm on Team Cap, but I'd love to know your opinion. Congrats again. So your second part of the question, I want to answer that first, second part. Do you think Bucky deserves to be forgiven for his past as Hydra's weapon? That's kind of iffy because he's done a lot of bad stuff, and there's a lot of stuff he's probably done that we don't know about. There's been some theories that he's actually killed Tony Stark's parents and all that kind of stuff, and he's done some other really bad stuff to other Avenger members. So who knows? But what am I looking forward most to seeing in Captain America Civil War? The reveal of Spider-Man. And I want to hear a little bit of backstory of why Black Panther's involved. I know why they're probably wanting to go to Wakanda, where he's from, to get the vibranium, because Ultron bought a lot of vibranium off of, and turned it into the Vision from Claw. But I want to know, is there any specifics to not just that, but is it because of the registration acts and all that kind of stuff going on with superheroes having to work for the government? I'm really interested to see that kind of angle, but definitely Spider-Man is definitely the thing I'm really curious to see that on screen. Thanks for the questions. Padar86, is a good storyline a factor for you when playing a video game, or more just focus on whether the gameplay is great? This is a very interesting question. Is a good storyline a factor? Storyline is definitely a factor. If it has a great campaign, a great story, a deep story that I'm really intrigued with and I'm enjoying, and the gameplay has to factor in as well, because if the story is great but the gameplay is weak, it feels like it's uneven. But if the gameplay is great and the story is great, at least for campaign side of it, then it connects and it feels like a great experience. So for me, it has to be on both. I've played plenty of games where the gameplay is great, but the story is not that great. And I've played plenty of games where the story is great, but the gameplay is weak. But luckily now, for the past couple of months, even though everyone has their own opinions about certain games, all that kind of stuff with story and all this kind of stuff, I've had a great deal of fun with playing Halo 5 Guardians. I really enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the story for Halo 5 Guardians a lot more than Halo 4, and a lot of people will disagree, but that's what I personally thought. And like in plenty of other games I've picked up that I've really enjoyed the story so far. Lords of the Fallen, I'm enjoying that story so far. It's an RPG type game for the Xbox One and PS4, I believe. Might be just Xbox One, not really sure. But yes, to answer your question, just to end this thing, me rambling at this point, gameplay and storyline have to both be great in my personal opinion in order for the game to be overall a great experience. Because if one thing is weak, gameplay, story, then it's uneven and I don't enjoy the experience that much. So good question, man. And that was the end of the questions, guys. I just got back to Vinny Vegas' question. How much do you hate Vinny Vegas? Quite a lot, actually. No, I don't. Thank you guys for asking questions. Sorry if I didn't answer your questions if you posted them. I picked up my personal favorite ones, and I didn't want to make this video 30+ minutes long. So thank you guys for watching my my video answering your questions, essentially. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully at 7,500 or 10,000 I'll be doing another one of these. So there you have it, guys. That's the video. Hopefully guys see you guys soon with the next reaction. Peace out.